Hey guys, so I've been having a look at this Nerf gun. Last night I spent quite a while taking this guy apart and having a look at all the bits and bobs inside of it. And yeah, it turns out it's actually quite a complicated little piece of equipment. I was following some chap on YouTube and I started taking things apart, and then I realized it's actually quite complicated to get it back together, so that was a bit of a pain in the ass. But one of the things I'm going to do is, well, firstly I've taken off the tripod, these legs over here, because I'm going to try and base my gun off this guy on the screen, which is a Maliwan type of rifle, and you can see it's quite colourful, lots of lights, but it's a much slimmer design of gun compared to the gun I've got down here, so I'm going to have to do quite a bit of cutting and shaping. I've taken off the tripod of my gun. I think potentially these here, those might be tripods on this rifle, but I'm uncertain. So I'm going to take them off and keep it as a slim design. So one of the things I want to do is, if I flip this over here, I'm actually going to keep this shape, but I'm gonna try and hollow it out on the inside, and I'm going to put a laser sight under here with a button probably at the back here somewhere. This internal shape here, this squaring of the barrel, I want to try and get rid of that, so I'm actually going to saw a bit of that off. Now the problem is, I've got to be very careful because I don't want to destroy the integrity of the gun itself, so I've got to try and keep as many of these screw holes as possible. So I'll probably keep this one at the front of the barrel, but these two over here I'll try and get rid of, so I'm actually going to cut that in. Same applies at the top here. Again, I've got to try and keep this screw hole, but I'm going to try and cut some of this framework away at the top here. Now I've been debating whether or not to keep this rail. I probably will, but I might have a look and see if I can actually thin that down a bit, because as you can see, the one here on the screen's got a very thin rail on the top for the scope. The other thing is the buttstock at the back of this is very square. Now the problem is I kind of got to keep it because the working mechanism goes right to the back of the buttstock. So I've taken off the standard buttstock here, which is very square and bulky, and I know it's an extending buttstock, but it just doesn't look right. So I'm actually going to try and build that thin buttstock at the back there. So I'll probably be building that out of plastic and foam. And yeah, and then the other thing I've done is I've scavenged this barrel piece from the gun that came to the front of this main piece. So I've scavenged that off. I'm going to add that onto the front of it, and then I'm going to actually build out of foam. I'm going to try and build that barrel shape, so that should look cool. Anyway, let's see how we go.